Hey everybody and welcome back to Crypto Kings. My name is Matt and in today's video we're going to be talking about exactly what Shiba Inu has been doing. I know so many of you guys have been wanting to know, and without further ado, let's get right into it, folks. So if you guys have not already seen what we are up to here on the day, it looks as if we are continuing this extremely important pattern here of consolidation. You can see right now we're sitting around 54.5 here, down around 2% here on the day, which is, of course, nothing major. The volume here is down around 25%, which is understandable because when we, of course, checked yesterday, you guys can see we did have a little bit of a surge here at some point. You know, it's hard to tell exactly what this little bump was for from 53 up to 59, but regardless, I think that did account for some of the volume increase. Same thing over here. So definitely were a couple of little bumps yesterday that could have contributed to a increase in volume, but regardless, we are down around 25% on that, which is definitely nothing tragic. And as you guys know, there are times where having lower volume is definitely a little bit better because we are a little bit less volatile when it comes down to it, and that definitely is not something to complain about. The market cap here is around $30 billion, so still hanging in there, still trailing Doge, but I definitely do believe we will overtake that at some point here in the near future, down at 1.5% at the time of recording here. So when we take a look at our graph here, folks, there are a couple of things that I want you guys to look for. So in general, before we call this a specific pattern or whatnot, take a look at what a typical consolidation pattern looks like. This is just a regular pattern of consolidation, but essentially when you see anything like this, the idea here in this example, of course, is that we have a resistance and support that are getting pretty close to each other, and we just kind of watch it kind of just bounce off the top and the bottom each time. And that eventually over time, again, leads to some kind of bullish movement. You know, here's another example of this because over time, the moving average is getting ready, of course, to move up, and you are watching the resistance getting, rejected every time, yet the support is still maintained. So it only takes a matter of time for the resistance to, be overtaken through a bullish movement. So that is definitely good. Speaking of things that are definitely good, guys, check out Webull. Top of the link down below in the description, folks. It is so easy to do. If you guys want to get started trading stocks, crypto, including Shiba Inu, all that good stuff, if you guys use my link, you guys will get a couple of free things. So definitely do that if you guys check it out. Top of the link down below in the description. But when it comes down to it, guys, what we are working with here, again, is essentially what looks to me some kind of bullish flag, because we have a bullish movement here at the bottom, and then a sort of flag-like motion here. Again, not exactly, but close enough to where I think it is worth considering a bullish flag with that type of motion. You guys can see this is kind of what a bullish flag looks like, or a bullish pennant. You guys can see in all of these instances, it looks like it is doing roughly the same thing. These three, they're very close. There's some slight difference, but they're all pretty close when we look at it. And again, this instance, when we really draw it out, it definitely does look to be somewhat of like what you could say a falling wedge, or in this instance, what that becomes, that falling wedge would become a flag-like motion. That it definitely does, look to be either this or this. So again, when we draw this out, you guys can see it does really give off those signs, and that is great to see because this is looking extremely, extremely bullish. Then we have the second theory, which is, of course, the idea of an inverse head and shoulders pattern, which you guys can see. We have the rounded bottom here for the head. It doesn't have to be rounded. There are some instances where it's not, but in this instance, it's a little rounded, the head, then the two shoulders here on the side. Now, the issue here is that, of course, we have the rounding here, the head. We have one shoulder, which is very, very long, and then another shoulder, which is very, very short. So it's a little harder to say that this is an inverse head and shoulders pattern because it doesn't seem to want to fit as much within that graph. So again, while I thought this could be an inverse head and shoulders, it does look as if the right, shoulder here is going on a little bit too long. It's not really filled out. And again, the left doesn't quite look like it has as much room in it. So it's a little bit difficult to say that it is an inverse head and shoulders. Again, it is worth looking at, but I would definitely say that this really looks to me just like a bull flag more than anything. When we check the relative strength index, you guys can see we are right around the middle here, perhaps a little bit under. So we do have some room, of course, to move up from 55 to around maybe 56 or 57 without having any issues here. So again, we do have all of this room here on top of the relative strength index. We have all of this, where we can move up, within limits, within safety, and not have a lot of issues. So again, if we are able to move up in this way, we should stay within our line of consolidation. Because remember, guys, when we zoom out, it really does kind of show what we are working with here. It really is a line of consolidation between around 60 and around 52, 53. And that kind of does seem to be, definitely a more general approach to this. But I would still say that is somewhat accurate, because that is really what we're doing. We're just kind of bouncing off the top and the bottom here from 52 up to 60. We're just kind of bouncing off the top and the bottom. And it does seem that that is kind of the motion that we've seen from the 5th up until now. So it does look as if that is what's going on. But regardless, guys, with the relative strength index, we do have some headroom here. Of course, we have some room we can move up without being what would be considered to be overbought, of course. And we do have some room as well without being considered oversold. So we could move from the top until the bottom here if we wanted to. Without having any problems. That's definitely not bad. And when we check the Fibonacci retracement, you guys can see, of course, this is going to outline everything we need to know about the most recent run. So you guys can see we have the very bottom here right around 53.5, and then the very top here right around 58.5. And of course, trading view is going to be difficult, but we are going to follow through regardless. When we check the Fibonacci retracement, you guys see we have the top and the bottom of the most recent run. And we go all the way here from around 53.5 all the way up to around 58.5. And essentially, it's not giving us all that much in this instance, except for the fact that from the 23.6% line, it does look to be the main area of resistance. So again, 23.6 looks to be where we are not able to succeed in crossing, and that is roughly the 57.5% line. So in all of these instances, in all of these candles, we are not really succeeding in getting past that line and maintaining it. So that's definitely worth noting. Again, we have the 61.8% line right here, where it looks like it tried to sustain itself above but did not succeed, and it has fallen through it. Now we are, of course, down even to the 78.6% line, which, I don't think a lot of people are particularly happy with. But regardless, as long as we stay above this area of consolidation here, right around 53.5, as long as we're able to stay above that, I still think we are quite fine. So again, we could really do this and be quite fine for the near future. We still have that room to work with. So with that being said, guys, my voice is having a hard time here, is definitely giving out. So I'm probably going to wrap things up here. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more daily Shib vids coming out every single day. Again, I'm sorry, my voice has been kind of shot these days. It doesn't really last after more than a few minutes. So definitely check out Webull, guys. Top of the link down below in the description. Check out the Discord link as well down below in the description. Let me know, guys, within a week, where do you all see Shiba Inu going? Again, I do think we have a lot of opportunity here with, of course, the line of consolidation here that we went through. So that means, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, Webull, if you guys sign up, you guys get a couple free stocks valued up to $2,300, and I always do appreciate that if you guys use the Webull link at the top of the description. And the Discord is a great place. Meet a lot of awesome people over there, a lot of great people from the streams and the Twitter and all that. So, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Matt. See you guys on the next one. Peace.